Hey, this is Ben Conway at Skeletron, and we've joined the Alliance.
From the comic shop counter to the late night site, it's the thrill of the hunt, gotta make it mine. I'm out here searching.
This is Sir Dork, and I have joined the Alliance.
Chase peace, I'm raising the stakes. Action figure alliance, yeah, we're bringing the noise. Rolling deep.
Hey, it's Sean.
It's Audrey. I'm Brenda.
And we're Strut Family Crafts, and we've joined the Alliance.
Plastic in hand, we're playing no games. From legends to villains, yeah, I got 'em all.
I'm Adam from the Nameless Toy Company, and I've joined the Alliance.
Every line, every way, from the past to the new. It's a bond, it's a crew, we're the real toy zoo. Tear it through the package.
I'm Travis Moody from the Toy Kind of Mood, and I joined the Alliance.
Call it a phase, this ain't just a trend. These figures got history, they're my closest friends. Action figure alliance.
I'm KJ, aka Black Dingus, and I've joined the Alliance.
From the base of the shelves, we're making a stand. This is our world, you don't understand.
I'm Extra Retro, and I've joined the Alliance.
Customs in the works, we go all night. From the rarest grills to the two-out finds. Each one's got a story burned.
Well, I'm Jonathan from Nostalgia Unboxed, total idiot, but smart enough to join the Alliance.
With my action toys, collectors unite. We're breaking the chains, plastic in hand. We're playing no games.
Hey guys, this is Ace, and Ramen Toy has joined the Alliance.
From legends to villains, yes, yeah, got 'em all. We're after legends.
Hey everyone, this is Chris Scott from Grindhouse Toys, and I'm part of the Alliance.
This is our prime. From legends to villains.
What's up? Raising the glass.
Raising the glass.
I'll raise the Gatorade as usual.
Start off right. What's going on?
Oh man. It's been a busy week. Crazy week, but we're leading into the holidays. That's why it's been crazy. But I've got some time off coming up that I'm excited about. So yeah, man. Lots of things going on.
Nice.
Are you ready for Christmas?
I'm ready for Christmas. It is currently Hanukkah in our house. We celebrate both.
Right.
So happy Hanukkah to everyone who celebrates that, and Merry Christmas to those that celebrate that. We celebrate both here. So yeah, we're having a good time, man.
All the more presents.
Yeah. Exactly. You get presents earlier. Yeah.
That's cool, man. That's cool. Do you guys do New Year's resolutions?
I mean, we kind of set one for this year, and we both lost a lot of weight. So
yeah. Hey, that's awesome.
We wasn't really setting a New Year's resolution. We just did it.
Yeah. Yeah. So. All right. Yeah. I'm thinking to myself, be a little bit more selective with all the toys that I'm buying.
We'll talk about that. I know that's something you want to discuss, but hey, before we get started, I want to give a shout out real quick to Ryan Twig, Three Little Twigs, and Three Little Twigs Customs, Jason, friends I met on Whatnot, and they shouted the show out this week, and hopefully you get some folks watching. So if those guys are in the chat or they're watching on the replay, drop a comment, check them out on Whatnot.
Man, you've been killing the Whatnot streams like almost daily, right?
Yeah, probably like 2 or 3 a week, and some have been really good, and some have been like I'm just sitting there talking to people, and one was like that the other day, and I just enjoyed talking. I was a couple of people I was just talking toys with. And,
you're talking about toys to random strangers?
Yeah.
No.
There's literally the white little spinny stand that I put all the toys on has an Action Figure Alliance sticker on it, so I always tell them they got to go follow. So we grow some Whatnot people.
That's cool. That's cool. Right on. Well, dude, we got a bit of a packed episode here today, I think.
Yeah.
So tell us about our guest.
So Tony the ToyRat. He's actually local. He's local to us, and he helps run I think Fayetteville Comic-Con and does all kinds of. Tony's got his hands in a ton of stuff. So we'll just get him in here and let him tell us about himself and what his collector app is.
Okay. Yeah, we got a collector app. I mean, it's a thing that some of us, or at least myself, I didn't know that I needed, but yet it really makes a lot of sense. So I've taken a good look at what he's working on, and I'm excited about it. And I'm excited to hear, especially what he has to say about it, and kind of see where this conversation takes us.
Blah, blah, blah.
I'm not drunk, I swear.
Blah, blah, blah.
All right. Well, you ready to kick off this intro and get to it?
Let's roll.
All right, let's do it.
In a pleasant world where legends collide, tiny heroes standing side by side, guardians of playtime in disguise, action figure alliance on the rise. Join the alliance, come take a stand, with the many armies ruling the land. Hail to the heroes, molded with might, action figure alliance, unite tonight.
All right, get that out of the way, and then let's get Tony on. Welcome to the show.
What's up, Collective Fam? How are you guys? How are you?
Tony starts every one of his TikToks like that.
Oh yeah, all right.
That's right. Yeah.
What's happening, Tony? What's going on?
I'm doing great. I appreciate you guys having me on, man.
Yeah, man.
We appreciate you coming out.
I will say it again. I said it in private. I'm going to say it in public now. How cool are these graphics? For those of you who are watching this for the first time, look at the production quality. I'm just saying. You don't get that.
We try.
I mean, you can say there's some emphasis on them making sure you're having a good time during the show. At least in the beginning here. Now that I'm here, it should be fantastic. So
now that you're here.
Now that I'm here. Anyway, I'm highly of myself. Anyway.
Right.
Yeah, so I know you guys, I'll just punch it up real quick. I got started in this thing. I was doing unboxing for Diamond Select Toys.
Okay.
I was I'm that guy. I like to make noise sometimes. I had purchased like 8 different statues from Diamond Select Toys. And in the back of the package came this little postcard you could return in the mail. And it was like, tell us how we're doing. Tell us which one you bought. Tell us where you bought it. That kind of thing, right? And I'm the one jerk who's going to fill that out and send that back. And so that's what I was doing. So all 8 of those, I filled them out and sent that back. And I sat here huffing and puffing because I expected some kind of, I don't know, somebody show me some love, something.
Yeah.
And by like week 2 or 3 of not being shown love, I decided I'm going to be that guy. I'm going to jump online, and I don't know who I'm going to email, but I'm going to be pissed off emailing people like this, right? And so I don't know how I did it, but I wound up getting to the top of the marketing chain for Diamond Select Toys, and I raked them over the coals for not responding to their statue constituency. And at the very end, at this very sort of tongue in cheek, I said, and by the way, if you need somebody to review these things, I'm your guy. I expected absolutely nothing, of course, because I was just kind of venting. And about a day later, the head of marketing from Diamond Select Toys actually sent back an email. And I was like, win, solid. I thought I was just winning on that alone. But at the end of his message, he's like, yeah, and by the way, just tell us what your channel is, and we'll send you some stuff to open. And and squirrel? I jumped up out of my seat and I ran downstairs and I asked my wife for permission immediately. Hey, honey, you wouldn't mind if I spent like 20 minutes, putting a YouTube channel together, right? Little did I know that was complete bull. I didn't know what that was going to be in the end of it. But I came upstairs and started reviewing a toy, and at the end of it, I had to give it an outline, a name, something. I had never done it before. So it was literally called, this is going to blow your mind, Tony Reviews a Toy. Mind blowing. Now, if you take that last 3, it's the acronym RAT. Reviews a Toy.
Okay.
That's how you got to that.
Rats became Toy Rats, and today we are ToyRat Enterprises. Ta-da! You have the entire genesis of that.
That's pretty hilarious. I'm curious though. When you were filling out the cards and sending those in, what were you complaining about on the cards?
No, you see, exactly. Good point. No, I was critiquing. I wasn't so much complaining. I was giving them a score. They had like a bubble score, like 1 to 10 or whatever.
Yeah.
and then give some comments. Just some
Okay.
comments or whatever.
So constructive feedback.
Constructive feedback would be the correct
All right.
phraseology for what I was attempting anyway. And yeah. And so I had no I thought it was bullshit. I'm gonna be honest with you. I went down and my kids thought it was bullshit. My wife was like, yeah, they're gonna send you free. Yeah, sure they will. Expecting someone's gonna send you a bill for $1,000 or whatever, but send you something if it ever happened. But then the toys came one day. And I did this, like the second video I ever did is like, when you wish upon, and I'm running downstairs to pick up toys. I'm like, oh, and it was for every single month until Diamond Select crashed.
Rest in peace.
Rip.
Okay, had to do that silently for a second. But for every month that those guys were open for like 2 years, I got a package of toys, which what is around me is almost all free. which is the best kind of toys. They are so good. I salivate over the freeness of them.
That's funny.
Especially when I know what some of their value, was inherently from just what they were selling the pieces for.
Yeah.
So.
Well, okay. So you started your story there, but what got you into collecting in the first place?
I come from a family of collectors. My father started with like VHS tapes. It was
Okay.
VHS and Betamax was him and my uncle. I mean, there's like walls of Betamax tapes because that's what you would hide your adult films in for the most part. The 70s guys. So what are you gonna do? But I had uncles who had other kinds of collections, and my grandmother had figurines kind of thing. So I guess between my love of comic books, very early on, I considered myself an artist. I did a 2-year understudy at DC Comics in New York City. I was going to go draw for Image, and I wound up landing in North Carolina and becoming pregnant, making people. That became my job. So I
didn't know guys could have babies, but
no, you know what? I tell my wife, you didn't have that child alone. Okay, all right.
You just got to do the fun part, right?
That's right. She disagrees entirely, but whatever. It's the argument for the ages. I digress. That being said, I wound up staying here. My aunt moved out here first, so I had a place to stay, and I wound up sticking around here, becoming a technology guy instead. My father-in-law said I had to take a part-time job at Lowe's, and once he found out his daughter was pregnant, he was the vice president of photogrammetry for a place called Analytical Surveys Incorporated. How do you like that?
Jeez.
Yeah, and I was running the forklift at Lowe's. So he said, hey, so how do you plan on taking care of my daughter and my grandson? Yeah, so he plopped me basically in front of the cadastral mapping department.
So Tony, what would you say your main thing you collect is? Is it Marvel, DC? What's your main collection?
Yeah, main collection I would say is probably Marvel and DC.
Okay.
In the sort of superhero quadrant,
Right.
I've never gone too far into. I love Transformers.
Okay.
I just can't stand their current makeup. We can argue about that later. I think that when I was a kid and I was able to do this to my father and then turn it into something that was amazing, and now if I tried that, I'll break it. So I lost the toy love there. G.I. Joes, I never really got into I wasn't the biggest fan of the toy themselves as much as I was the comic and the cartoon. So yeah, it stays in the Marvel universe for the most part. Like I said, I was going to be an artist, so that's where the love of those toys come from.
Nice. Do you do statues or action figures or little both, or?
It's still a little bit of both, but now it migrates more towards the statues. I've got like an entire closet full of just action figures, like Marvel Legends Wave 1 all the way up through when my kids were growing up.
Nice.
My oldest is going to be 30 soon. Let's put it there. Okay. So that entire time I was picking up like Marvel Legends, but I come to the point where I want to see them outside the package, and they've become so dynamic from a statue setup that I get more out of them, from a statue perspective for me.
Okay.
So,
Cool. All right.
And also I think nowadays the ability to create, like you're sitting there, there are great companies that are coming right now, and you're able to do things. Of course, you can create your own action figures if you have the correct understanding of how they go together and what's necessary. But most people these days are utilizing those three-dimensional printers to create statues or statue forms, right?
Mm.
So STL files have become more prominent for those people who want to be hobbyists and they want to take the creation process to the next level and do it themselves, which you have to applaud, right? But I think right now, for me, the collection model wants to remain in the statue formats, just because they're doing so much cool shit with it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And
Cool.
I think Hasbro hasn't changed their game in like 40 years. I'm gonna be quite honest with you.
You're not wrong there.
Yeah.
I get upset behind the action figure layouts right now. Why are they the same as what? Why is the He-Man today the same as the He-Man of my youth? Can we call bullshit? And then you're gonna tell me because it's a nostalgia piece, you're gonna hit me for 3x on this? Hold
Yeah.
on a second. I'm looking at this is the same piece. You changed nothing. You repackaged this and you're selling it to me at 3x. I'm a little upset with you guys. Okay? You could have done a little better here. You could have improved your product. No. Hasbro said, time for a cash grab. You see what I'm saying? These things bother me to some extent. If you're not going to change the figure, why are you changing your price? Stop it. Stop hitting me for $25 a piece at minimum now. Now I'm upset. Now you make it now it's less affordable to me. My habit is a problem. So my wife says.
I hear you. So how did Nibble come about? How did Nibble start? And let's tell the people what Nibble is.
Yeah, thank you. So, we talked about the whole ToyRat thing. So everything that we do at ToyRat Enterprises is some form of rat setup. You're gonna hear that all throughout this.
Man loves Splinter.
Right. Well, I do. And there's Nibble is a genesis of biting, which is a noise that I would make when I was doing the videos at the end. I would do this noise, which is the rat biting. That's where Nibble comes from. But it also is the genesis of thinking about a little bit of everything. What we wanted to do is ultimately create an ecosystem that allowed collectors like the three of us to have a home for all of our things, to be able to communicate, to be able to sell, trade, swap, to be able to create all in one location. Can you do these things in other locations today? Sure. But you find yourself in a host of different locations. So the first thing we wanted to tackle was a time wasting thing. When you, as a collector, go searching for something, you find yourself in Facebook Marketplace, then maybe OfferUp, then maybe eBay, then goodness knows where you're going to wind up looking for your stuff. And none of those cultures speak to one another. So you'll see in the first thing that we created is a search engine that goes across 16 different websites that we deem the hottest collector websites. And you're going to hit a button and it's going to search all of those. Yes, Google does that for you. Ours allows you to return a search result that adds it to a wish list, and you can do a variety of different things with it. So it's a time-saving function. You search once, and you don't have to search again. You don't have to go 10,000 different places to find the item. Then you can add that item to your inventory if you were to purchase it. So the idea here is to sort of usurp control from the secondary markets, from Facebook Marketplace and OfferUp. Take those as examples. There's a lot of white noise in those environments, especially Facebook Marketplace and Facebook in general. You put an ad out there and you're fighting against the doom scroll of everybody moving at 1,000 miles an hour looking for the next thing that hits the amygdala. What we have done in this universe is create an environment where the only type of people here are the people who are doing collecting. So we're eliminating the white noise of the social media environments. This is secondary aspect of what we want. Nibble is the Nibble Collector Scout is the whole name for it. So the first part of this you guys will see will be about collecting. And that's the other thing that we wanted to handle in an immediate way. was an inventory control system. A lot of people have these, man. They're called Excel spreadsheets, and we know, right? You take a snapshot of your thing, you download it, you stick it in your Excel spreadsheet, and ta-da, I am done. That is not 2025 style, in my opinion, my very humble opinion. There's a lot of things that you're missing with that, but the biggest thing you're missing is the ability to turn that into an item that is also for sale, or an item that you would also want to trade. Because once you have your inventory, typically you have to take that inventory and upload it to these individual marketplaces now. What we've done is create a place for you to have a repository for that information and subsequently be able to turn any one of those items into a for sale or for trade item. And then within our universe, we give you the marketplace to accomplish those tasks.
Cool.
So you're really kind of so you call it the Collector Scout, but it's more than just a search engine for toys. You're trying to kind of make a community style hub where you can do a lot of different aspects of your collecting that you would do on disparate other platforms. So you're pulling in the searching, the trading, the tracking of the collection, all that kind of stuff together, as well as then some community portion too, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. So we've everything that you can do from a community function standpoint. Set up a poll. So in our universe, you can set up a poll. All of the polls live on a polls page in the community section, but they also live on what we call your dashboard. You can pull the aggregate data from that and share it directly to social media. You can have social media influence the polls from outside. So both of those aspects are available, and basically it's just about that individual user pulling aggregate data. We have a forums button there, which have already pre-selected from action figures down to statues and so on. So there's a bunch of different forums that are outlined there where people can start discussions with other people. There is a membership connection utility. So right now, the inventory creation portion of this is singular. It is yours and yours alone. No one has permission to it. Nobody can access it. Unless, of course, you connect to another member in the system. Once you've connected to another member in the system, they've accepted you. Now you can share each other's inventory. You can see their inventory and so on and so forth. So that's about trading and keeping this communal thing going. You can also have communication with them through our messaging modal on the interior of the app as well.
So like the only real thing I have to compare it to is like with comics, I use CLZ, and I was a CLZ person from early on, so much that I'm grandfathered in, and that's how I keep track of my collection. So I like that you can do everything. You can do comics, you can do action figures, you can do other stuff. So it seems like you're trying to bring all of collecting into one space. And I say let's share a screen somewhere and show the folks what it looks like.
Well, all right. Let me click a button here.
So who wants to do the sharing? You want to do the sharing, Tony?
I let Tony drive.
Okay. I think possibly because I know the system just a little bit better.
Maybe. We'll see.
Stop me wherever you want to go, first, second, third here. But there you go. We have wound up on the Nibble homepage. And for anybody watching, you go HTTPS nibble.thetoyrat.com. And
I've got a banner that I had already put up, but I will put it up again.
Yeah, right.
I'll tell you what, the genius of working with some people who know technology. just can't say enough. That's kind of awesome, guys. So when you get there, you can log in with Google, you can log in with Facebook, and if you don't trust SAML protections and don't want to be a part of that universe, you can of course create your own login. We're gonna just act like I've already done that, and so I've already logged in, and you can see it says "Welcome back, Tony the ToyRat." You can adjust your name settings and all that stuff in your profile. All right, so we're just going to jump right in and go directly into the dashboard here. And the dashboard is where everything lives for all of the collector universe, right? So you scroll down here, and these are the various tools that exist for your benefit. I don't think we have time, nor everyone's desire, to go through all of them today. So
hit some highlights for us.
I think we focus perhaps on some of this inventory stuff. So what you should see at the very top here is that the system is designed to tell you in aggregate how many things you have placed in it. So right now it says I got 255 items for a value of just 15 and a half grand or so on and so forth. I have 2 items for trade, 3 items for sale, and 14 items that are located in my wish list. This banner is always on and it's growing based on what you put into the system. So I can come over here and click this button that says manage my nest, or I can hit this button up here where it says the number of how many items I have in. And there's a couple of things that are new to the system here for people who have been in it before. The connection modal that we just talked about when you connect friends. I've got 2 friends connected here. And you can see right here where I'm in the nest modal, I can click a button right here and view their nest. And what's going to pop up is what's in their inventories. Right? Let me get out of there. And that's, you can do a compare and contrast between all of your friends. So if you guys are all collecting one thing, who has what, who doesn't have what, who needs what, it's great for gifting. If you want to know what somebody needs, you know what I'm saying, without having to ask them. So it's kind of a cool function that way. When you come down past that, you have the inventory search utility. Excuse me, I'm drinking a Sunkist here, feeling gassy, so sorry.
You need the Wolford, man.
I do need to move. All right, so you can search your inventory here, and you'll know why you want to do that in a second when we upload an item, because you can get very granular as to separate your inventory. This system doesn't care what you put in it, right? It doesn't care if it's comics. It doesn't care if it's weaponry. You're putting what you want to put in as your collection, and we're not stopping you from doing that within some limitations, right? No child pornography kind of stuff. We're blocking all that crazy things from happening. We're constantly monitoring that. But beyond that, what someone has as their collection, that's what they have as their collection. So you start here. We have a card modal, and the card modal shows the front and the back of the card system. This is obviously not for everybody. This would be for those people who do have a card collection. This is about the trading of them. This is about the displaying of them. And of course, understanding what you have and don't have when you're in a facility where you're looking for something that you're completing a collection for, something like that. So you can go back and forth just by swinging your hand through the system and it'll keep popping up, or you can go through the grid aspect of that and it'll pop up with all the cards you have in the system. When you put a mouse hand over, it tells you what you have. That's just for the cards. This is one of those things for anybody who's listening, NC Underground Toy Swap. We are actively pursuing the upgrade of this system because we know how many people have dedicated so much to like Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, and because
Pokemon, like people that I never thought would be Pokemon people are Pokemon people right now.
Right.
Like Ish and Abby, they're both doing Pokemon stuff now. And I was like, I didn't ever see y'all being Pokemon people, but they are. So more power to them. But if this is a way to keep track of it, that's awesome, man.
Well, track one way, but trade another, right?
Okay.
Find new items you don't have, yet another, and again, my mind would be blown at the things I don't know with regard to the card trading universe. So this section here, we have an intent to have an explosive growth for, just for focusing on those collectors that are primarily card guys.
So Tony, do you have a toy handy that you could maybe upload and show us the process?
Do I have a toy? I've got. Do I have? Did you ask me if I have?
You are the ToyRat, so
I am the ToyRat.
You got something scrolled.
I will now. So I'm gonna. There's some preface here, all right? Because I did this here recently. The web camera, because that's what's on right now. That's what we're gonna use. There is no other term for it. Shitty. So it takes a minute for us to wiggle this around for that to capture, but you'll see what it's supposed to look like when it captures in the system in the scanner. Let me show you one thing before we jump into that. So you look at the inventory down here. This is what it actually looks like as a user's inventory. This is what it looks like once it's scanned in. This is my actual inventory in here. So anytime you can click a button and this thing would grow. You can get a better picture of it, whatever. Also, just quick note, each item gets its own independent, unique QR code. Each item in your system gets its own independent QR code. Why is that really quickly important? For those of you who are planning to go to a swap, for those of you who have action figures in there for sale outside of the packaging, and you just put them in a plastic bag with a price on it right now, that does
Where'd
nothing.
you get that idea, Tony?
Oh no, there's somebody in the underground toy spot might have said this would be good. So,
Oh my God,
Mickey Mouse voice.
Your Mickey Mouse voice, yeah.
All praise. Listen, I said this in the beginning. I'll say it again. A vast majority of great ideas that we've implemented in here are from friends like you guys who say little tidbits to us that will work for the rest of the
And
collection.
you run with them for sure, definitely.
Yeah,
So,
we sure do. We don't play around.
I will say
think,
this.
I'll interject on that note. So this is active development. You are adding features, making upgrades, fixing things should bugs be found, like on the regular, hot and heavy right now, aren't you?
Daily, hourly, almost.
Okay.
Yeah, between daily and edition. So we're in a beta phase right now. And the intent here is to get as much user feedback breaking the system as possible. At the end of our beta phase, we intend to fully deploy the iOS and Android apps.
Okay.
So rather than force users to upgrade their apps consistently, we want to go through this, make sure that everything is functioning the way we say it is before the app is running and everyone's pissed off that it's not.
It's a good question here from it's Trizzo. So yeah, tell me more about the money worth feature. Do I estimate the worth of my figures as I upload them, or does the app do it?
Right. It's a great question. And there's no great way to give you a finite number on your item right now. We could give you a number, but it would be full of baloney. And the reason for that is no one can physically hold that. So the way, for example, eBay might do that today.
Mm-hmm.
You would have to send your product into their warehouse where they have a team of people who review the item, and then that item would be blessed for whatever that cost is and sent along. But there's a verification process at that level. So we are basically giving you that option. Now, there's two ways to enter this in. I was asked to do something. I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to grab a toy.
Okay, yeah. And while you do that, we're going to talk like briefly instead of going on a 20-minute rant, because me and you did that before, about perceived value.
Right.
Because perceived value is a thing. Now, if you have something graded and it comes back and it's an 8.5 or an 885 or whatever it is, graded toy. I have one up on the shelf right there. I only have one graded toy. Then it is set. It's locked in, just like CGC grades comics and so forth. Having that kind of locks that in, but grading a comic or a toy or, is the box perfect? That's going to vary because not everything's the same. Not everybody has the same perceived value. So it is kind of what do you kind of put in what you think it's worth, and you can do research and make sure you put what it's currently worth. You can do your eBay searches and sold lists and comps, as people call them. So yeah, I think that's a good answer to part of that question, and I'll let Tony show off what he's doing here.
Tony, can you zoom that in a little bit?
Yeah. Can I zoom it in? I sure can. Hang on.
Yeah, please.
Oh, I think so. Anyway, hold on a second.
Control plus.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm hitting the buttons, just not going where way I wanted to go. There you go. No, damn it. Why are you not doing what I want you to do, bro?
If you can't, it's not a huge deal. I just thought maybe you got a wide screen there, and maybe trying to fit a bit more on it would be good.
Yeah, you are absolutely right, my friend. I don't know why this is giving me a burpee right now.
No worries.
Why are you not expanding? That's just really tripping me out right now, to be quite honest with you.
We'll come back. No worries. No
yeah,
worries.
we'll come back. We'll come back to that in just a second here. While we're waiting here, let me jump in real quick and grab this because to answer the question without the 20-minute, because you're right, Trey. I have a tendency to talk a lot.
No. Me and you talked about it for a good 30 minutes.
I know.
I think so.
So inside each one of these things, when you upload, this is pretty close to what the modal looks like. but this is the edit item modal. So the item is already in the system. I'm currently editing it. You're going to see that there's currently a price paid, and there's also a perceived value. Okay. There's no telling. The system can never tell what you actually paid for. You could have got it on discount, could have got it as a gift. There's no telling, right? So if you got it for a gift, that doesn't mean that it's not worth anything. It just means you didn't pay for it. So in that way, there's no way the system could tell you that. Now, when it scans in, it does have very often a value assessed with the item. But again, it doesn't mean that's what you paid for it. Now, perceived value means I bought this item and now there's no more of them. So I think it's $20 more. That's your perception. You know why it doesn't matter? Because it's your collection. And until you get ready to sell this item, it doesn't matter to anybody but you. When you get ready to sell this item, you don't have to justify it. Buy it, don't buy it. This is the price I'm charging.
Right.
So, there is also an AI portion of this. We can talk about it later. We are focusing on that right now, which actually takes a picture of the item, searches through Google Lens to try and parse through all of the images for that the same way you would do with a comic book cover. Problem with that right now is you have to get all of the areas to understand the pricing it should have, to know there's a scratch on the bottom, or, there's a lot of variables associated with that. So it's in progress right now. That's something that we will be delivering, but it needs to get figured out a little bit better.
That's why humans do grading and not AI.
100%. That's why you can't just have an automatic to answer the question to the guy who wrote in. Yeah, that's the real reason you can't just justifiably throw a number at an item, because there's no way to know for sure whether it's truthfully there or not, cost wise. All right, so I've got in front of me Marvel's Sleepwalker here, still in the package. Got a barcode here at the bottom right here. So I'm gonna switch up here on the top in order to get these in the system. There's two ways to do it. There's a manual mode. You can click add the item. You can, if you want to add the item in, and that's usually because you don't have a package. You're adding an item in singular, and you need to, individually set that up and take a picture of it. This is the way you would do it. Otherwise, you would come up here to the scan function at the very top, and you can see over here it says barcode scanner camera. You're going to start that camera scan and see, there I am. Now I'm going to try my best not to use my coffee arms and stay really still while this captures this barcode here. You will capture the barcode.
Will it work? Will it work?
It'll work. It takes a second to register. Come on now. Okay. Alexa, make the office lights white. Did that help at all? No?
No.
I hate this camera. There it is. Come on. There it is. You see it. There it is. It captures. So you see it says code detected on the bottom. So word to the wise for anybody who just watched that horrible, horrible display. Try not to use your web camera as the basis for the upload on here.
Especially when your web camera is across the room.
Yeah.
Probably not the best idea. Okay.
I could see this in an iOS or Android app being a lot easier.
Absolutely. The camera, I usually use my iPad in web format, and it does fantastic. It picks it up like that, from far away even. But what you should see once it's accessed correctly, barcode scanned successfully, Marvel Legends Sleepwalker, Multiverse of Madness Systems figure. Now this one says loose on tray, but goodness knows I don't want that. Now there's three things that pop up when you see me scan something. One is respond to an active hunt, which means, hey, somebody actively said they were searching for this item. So I'm going to say, boop, I found it. All right. And that's going to send them an alert to their dashboard. The other thing to click on is this add to recently scouted. That just means you were in Hidden Temple Toys. Hey, Hidden Temple Toys. Yeah. Hey, if you're at Hidden Temple Toys, like that shirt says right there, you can click on an item and tell somebody else that this is where that item is located. Just by snapping a picture, you automatically geotag the item. And I'll show you in the scouted section where you can go find that item yourself. You ain't got to bother nobody. Instead of going on Facebook or Instagram when someone goes, oh, look, I found it. I found it at a Ross. And I'm like, what Ross? Like, which one?
Which state?
Guide me to where you are, sir. My role
There's a
sucks.
RossCon Facebook group, and I saw that exact conversation today.
Right.
Where did you get that trip to con? Where's it at?
Where? Right. So this is we found a problem, we solved the problem scenario. And that is for those people who are actively searching for something, we not only have people who are going to find it for you, but if you're just want to peruse the site, you can find all those things yourself. And then finally, there's this button down here that says add to my nest. So if I click that button right there very quickly, you say it's add to my nest down here at the bottom. And if I go back to the dashboard, this is a little clunkier, and we know, like, from a UI standpoint, having to click multiple things sucks. So we are working on, marrying some of these things a little bit better. But you can see here now, it gave me this out of the package one. So it's not exactly the best example, but it did exactly what I wanted it to do, which was take the Marvel Legends Sleepwalker and added it into my inventory. Now, at this point, you can see there's a 0 associated with that. It gave that no money value. Exactly what the last person was asking about, right? But you can now go into this edit function, and you can change everything. The ratings system can be changed from the outside, which is in Jesus.
You can even change the picture and take a picture of your product and have that as your displayed picture.
100%. Let me get rid of that one. Let me close that out. Clicked on the wrong thing here. But, within the editing system, you have the opportunity to take a picture of the item. If this was, let's say, let me come down. So you could actually come up here, and I don't know why it's not showing, but you can hit the upload button on a picture that you've taken before, or you can come over here and it asked me for another box popped up in there. Or you can hit this button here to take control of the camera, and you can snap a picture in front of you or whatever it is, and it'll replace this front image for whatever that wants to be. And here again, you have that price paid and that perceived value. We also have inside this function here a unique item button. So if you click that button down here, you can put in a certificate of authenticity, and that will show up on the box. You can also at any time make this available for sale, and that will come up immediately in our search system. And then you can also make this available for trade, and I can show you guys what will happen. It shows up on the trading floor. If you have multiple angles, you can put pictures of them up. You have a three-dimensional model STL file. You want something spinning around in its place, it will allow that for that as well. So this is about you, how you want it to look on your system.
And we have a quick question from Initial Goose. Are you allowed to save multiple images for the same figure?
Yes. Yeah, that was a little bit like we just looked at on that the item edit modal. Mm-hmm. So basically, like this front, side, rear, that kind of thing.
Okay.
So yes, you absolutely can do that.
And you can designate it as a loose figure. So you can scan it in as a box, designate it as loose.
Absolutely. Inside the edit model there, it'll ask you whether or not it's in the box or not. So you can click out of box, and now you know this one's out of box.
I have a good question from me. Speaking about vintage,
my question is good. It's
vintage. Talk about Vintage Joe's. Vintage Joe's is a big deal because you can get the figure individually, and the accessories can be a pain to find. Okay. Is there a way to add a figure and then check off the accessories, or is that something maybe future development?
I think you got future development written all over that one there. And someone else has said that to me about accessories in general.
Mm-hmm. I think so
there is a. It might have been you.
Yeah,
it might have been you, Trey. But and that is available to you in the edit modal. There, it does ask you with or without accessories, so you can say this item's without accessories. Now, if you're being specific as to the granular nature of which items they are, has grenade, has knife, has whatever, that's a different level there, and that would probably take some more development, or basically allow the user sort of a write-in function to add in those types of accessories. But we can talk more about that. It's not a bad idea for hardcore Joe collectors.
I have a question too. I don't know.
Wait a minute. Is it a good question?
But it is a question for me. Okay. So what I'm seeing here, and I'm thinking about, my perspective of my collection and trying to, make the most out of this sort of a tool. To me, it seems like the kickoff, the starting point would be, I would want to get my collection entered in here. I have an absolute ton of figures that are out of box. It seems to me like it is a bit of work if you can't just scan a barcode to get a figure in here. Have you thought about, or are you working on maybe a database or something where you can kind of say, I want to go and look at Marvel Legends because I've got 30 of those. I personally don't, just as a example, and kind of do some check boxes. Oh, I have this, and this.
Yep. Great question. So one of the integrations that we're working towards right now, I literally have a presentation because I'm going back and forth with Big Bad Toy Store right now on doing some level of integration on that front to be able to obtain a database that has the information that you're actually asking about right now. However, there is a workaround. It's kind of a cheat, but it's a workaround. So I have myself said, damn it, I have too much loose shit behind me, and I don't want to sit there and scan or take pictures of each individual one.
And type in each
and type it in. You got
one of them.
But there is a cheat code here. I mean, it's still a little bit of work, but it gets to be fun after a while. So if you look here, there is a scan or enter barcode manually. Now, if you do a Google search for your item plus UPC, 9 out of 10, you're going to get the UPC of that item. You can literally copy it and paste it in here, and it'll find the item. So let's give it a giggle. I have the same item that we just looked at. I'm just going to type the barcode in, okay? So 5010993791019.
I don't think you're typing.
Shit, nothing typed.
Yeah,
you guys gonna help me on that one. I'm just typing.
Hey, man.
Alan did.
I tried.
501099379.
I still don't think you're typing.
Oh, Jesus, my God, what's happening? You know what's hilarious? I'm not even joking. I was typing in the right place. My keyboard decided to die just now.
Perfect timing. Perfect timing. You got to love that.
As someone that has a keyboard, it has to be charged. I understand that.
It's just, and I've got the horrid part of that is I have a plug like hooked into it right now. It just wasn't plugged to the other end of the computer. So
there you go.
Oh, okay, technology. We're gonna do that one more time. See if I can type that in. Sorry for everybody watching, but it makes for great TV. All right, maybe not. No one shares.
Not.
501. Okay, I
there
got
you
it.
got it.
Typing
Hey,
there we go.
I see stuff.
All right, so cool. I just typed in the barcode for this item, and there it is again. I don't know what the hell you just found. Type the right damn number in. I put in the wrong number, but at least it found the item, and you have the point.
It still worked.
You have the point exactly. So it comes up. I didn't scan it. I didn't sit there and scan it, but I also didn't take a picture of the item. Okay, and provided this is the item that you wanted in, you could literally just hit this button that says save scanned item, or you can hit the search again, and it'll automatically pop up and say, "Do you want me to add this item to your nest?" Or whatever you want to do with that item, the same way you did the response level before. So it's clunky, and we know that. And I think the better way of doing this would be able to resolve it through a database that we could say is a database that's actively edited and we know is accurate. Our hope is to be able to utilize the Big Bad Toy Store's database for that purpose.
Okay. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Honestly, there's a lot of databases like that out there. I'm thinking like, you have, I keep a media collection on a server, and it will there's a number of databases that I can click in my server app that will go out and search, and it will pull down like, episode information for TV shows. It'll pull on actors and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
And that would be awesome to have for action figures. And, if you're going around and you're able to, without getting too technical, latch on to external APIs and pull in and do database queries against other sites. That would be kind of like, the best case scenario, right?
Yep. And that's exactly what we're. So in two different aspects, we are focusing on doing sort of a partnership level API branch out, something akin to single sign on. We're planning on doing that with like Overstreet Access and possibly with the Big Bad Toy Store, right?
Okay.
But for some of these other ones, we do have a scrape in our search engine that's running over top. We're using an actual third party service that focuses on continuously altering that scrape. For those of you who don't love being bored by technology, that basically means that
that's my backboard.
Yeah,
it's going over my head.
It's way over his head. What we're basically saying is the companies who see us trying to search their stuff don't like that, and they put a stop to it. So they call us bots, and they kick us off. So we have a third party team that basically is providing that, of course, at a cost for us, and that's how we handle that at the point.
Okay. So it's Trizzo, as Trey has pronounced it, says, is there a social kind of mode where you can share your collection with an individual or browse someone else's collection?
It's Trizzo. What a great question. If I scroll up here to the top, what you'll see is welcome to Nibble Collector Scout and a personal QR code. That personal QR code can be shared with another Nibble member. They have to scan it through their scanner. The same way I just opened it up and scanned the barcode of the toy, you would scan the other Nibble member's QR code. The other way to connect to a member in this system is through the community button here at the top. That's where we have more of a social aspect of here. Shout out Yellowbird Comics. That's our local one out here in Fuquay who are already onboarding their stuff. And if you don't know and you're in Fuquay, you should stop at Yellowbird Comics and see Russ. They're great. Russ and Trip are awesome. All right. So in the system here, in the community section, there's lots of things that you can do. What we're talking about right now is members. So I'll click on that. And what you'll see here is a list of different members who are in the community at the moment. Now, you can change this setting in your profile if you do not want to be contacted by people. You can live here like a hermit, only ever look at your collection. No one ever has to see it. I swear. Okay. But if you don't, this is the connection modal. And what will happen here is if I click a name in the say, so see if Trey's in there. It's Trey. What are you in here? Oh, Trey, there he is. So if I hit that connect button right there, what should happen is I get up another modal that says, what do you want to connect to? General market, you want to make a partner, collecting buddy. You know what? I want you to be my collecting buddy. Be my buddy. There it is. and I'll send the request. Now, what should happen is up here, there's a little notification bell in Trey's section, and he should get a notification that Tony wants to be his buddy, right? And when he clicks that button, what's going to happen now is I can go to my dashboard here.
I just clicked it.
Oh, good. Let's see.
You put him on the spot, and he came.
If it doesn't work, I'm busted. You know what I mean? So here we go. Oh, I got Trey Gillen right up here at the top.
There we go.
All right, so now my connected friends are 3, and I can click on. I'm going to cross my fingers. I'm going to click on this view.
I put a couple things in, not too many yet, but I put a couple in.
Hold on a second. Okay, yay! All right, so what this is telling me, and this is a section that we're continuously working on. So from here, I should be able to click something he's got. It's like trade. I'm like, oh, I didn't know you had this. Click, and hit trade directly from here. And while that's not a function you can have here, we do have it on the trading floor. So
okay.
But that is how you do that. The gentleman who asked the question, it's Rizzo. Great question. This is how you handle that. You just share. You either go to the members section in the community, or if you're one-to-one, like at a swap hosted by NC Underground Toy Swap.
Yeah.
Okay. If you're at one of those places and you're meeting people for the first time and you want to share inventories or connect to that member, you guys would obviously from the Nibble app share the QR codes, and then you would be able to view each other's inventory. Again, you will not be able to share inventories until
you're connected.
That's right.
So, kind of back to basics here a little bit with this. Is there a charge to be a member?
Great. Dude, you asked the best questions. There's no charge at all. We had toyed with a whole host of different things here, and I know everyone's going to be like, "Oh, this is BS. Now how's he making money then?" I'll tell you all about it because I don't care. The reality of the situation is we expect to make most of our money from ad revenue. 50% plus will be in ad revenue because we are providing a closed door ecosystem for people like Big Bad Toy Store to not only garner information from the collector's database, but also to have a place to sell their wares, right? Within the system here, things that we haven't talked about yet, we have a creator network. And if you want to make a toy or cosplay item, we do profit from that. Within the scout portion of this, there are people who can find things for you. Those same people can buy things for you. If you want them to make a purchase on your behalf, there is a small charge that we have associated with that. And then, of course, we have our own intellectual property that we have created. And in this closed door ecosystem, we'll be able to introduce those items to this collector database. Yeah, no cost. Very impressive. Hey, wait a minute. There's more. Here's the evil part. Yes. The evil part is there will be advertisement that comes in here. When you want to get rid of the advertisement, then you got to buck up in the system, right? But it's a small price to pay. It gives us the ability and flexibility to continue to offer these things to you guys at no cost. And that's how
I think we've got Frank in here. And I'm going to call Frank out because Frank's name looked a little familiar to me. I so happen.
I don't know who that guy is, but
I'd like to know who I've got coming on the show. So I did happen to go and look at the team on the ToyRat website.
Run, Frank.
And Frank's name just so happens to be part of the team. Caught you, buddy.
Yeah, force him up. Frank happens to be our senior editor. Well, I had no idea he was doing that. So, but I will say this: what a fantastic editor he is.
Well, he's also good at the social advertising. Apparently,
that's right. He's gonna pop in and pop out.
Busted. Gotcha.
That phrase is coming. That raise is coming, Frankie.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
So Tony, okay. One of the biggest things that I'm curious about is this looks like you've got a lot of complexity here, and by that I mean only as a good thing. There are a lot of things that you're working on, a lot of things that you're breaking new ground with this sort of a tool, and I think that's super cool. Do you have like a roadmap for like your minimum viable product and when you will call this officially out of beta?
At the end of January.
Okay.
So we had a 90-day plus minus and basically started that at the launch of the Fayetteville Fan Fest. For those of you in North Carolina and available in October, stop by the Fayetteville Fan Fest, usually at the Coliseum in downtown Fayetteville. There's that. Keith will love that one for me. But in any case, we launched officially into beta on October the 18th, which is when Fayetteville Fan Fest had launched this year. And we had an expectation to have a larger audience that we had this year. There was a bunch of factors that dissuaded from people coming out on the day, which kind of forced us to push our beta a little out. So long story short, end of January is when we are calling it pencils down. Right now, we feel like we have we're at the 98.5% mark.
Okay.
With being testing and making the features more rich in the application as we finalize right now before we push it into iOS.
Okay. So Troy coming in with even more questions that I think are pretty valuable here. This does seem like a tool that is going to really work a lot better as the user base grows, as you get more people consuming every little nook and cranny of what you guys have in here. What's your user base now? Do you have projections?
Projections, yes. but they're just projections.
Right, right.
At the end of beta, we wanted to be at 10,000 users.
Okay.
Where we are right now is just under 200. Now, there is a minimum number we wanted to achieve, but we also understand ramp up, right? So during this early phase right now, it's slow to get up, but with organizations like this one, we're going to grow the user base a lot faster, a lot quicker. So we have the expectation to be on exponent level growth, hopefully by the middle of January.
Okay.
One way or the other, hell or high water, we're gonna be leaving beta and moving into iOS at the end of January.
Okay.
All right. Wow. Okay. So you're going to have your mobile app ready to go at the end of January?
That is the plan.
Okay.
That is the plan. Well, I would say, given the pushback, we're probably talking about mid-February, but that the idea is to have the finalized architecture for the mobile iOS laid out and ready to roll in the end of January. Yeah.
What about Android?
Same.
Really?
We're rolling both out at the same exact time.
All right.
So,
Dang.
yeah, it's an ambitious idea.
Yeah, it is.
It's crazy and it's almost stupid. So great. But keep going.
But I will speak to the dedication of this guy. I mean, I was on looking at Nibble, and I had an issue, and I sent it to him. It was 9:30 at night, and he was like, "Hold on, let me fix it." And he sent me a message back. "Hey, I fixed it. Go in there and check it." And I checked it, and it was done.
Well, it's not to say that trade guy is not important, because he is important, especially as we grow here. But at this juncture, I'm just kind of feeling like it's my job to anybody who's taking the time, they're investing the time to load in their inventory. That's a trust. I think it's a trust. The trust us. You're spending time, and if this breaks for some reason, and you just spent, however long you did uploading your inventory, you're gonna be pissed. So there's a trust level that people are offering as we're asking them to try the system out, and so I feel it's my job to be front and center to answer questions, whether they be things that annoy me or not, and fix them as quickly as possible to make sure that everyone understands that's the program here.
Great question from Magna Figure Photos here. Are you able to enter quantities for figures if you have multiples, for us army builders out there that get multiple figures?
You sure can. Awesome. Every single time you load an item up, it'll ask you the quantity. So you can put, I have 10 of these.
On that note, what about if you have so you've got multiple versions of the same figure, you've got like 2 in box that are like maybe your perfect ones, you've got a couple in box that you're willing to trade, and you've got a bunch of loose, and some of which you want to keep some loose, but you want to sell some that are loose. How do you differentiate that? Is that
well, I mean, unfortunately, that's going to be an item by item question, okay, right? Because you specified 3 different types,
right,
in that setup there, but each individual item is available. So even though you have 4 of those, you can say I have 2 that are available for trade.
Okay,
right?
Okay.
You can specify these 2 are available for trade.
Gotcha.
So when it comes up in the trading platform, which, by the way, if I clicked on trading requests, so every time you click this item is for trade, it'll wind up on the trading floor. Boop. This is the trading floor.
Does it make that beep?
Floor, huh?
Does it make that beep? Boop.
I'm working on it.
Okay. I want a recording of Tony.
I'm workshopping it right now. If it doesn't annoy you guys during this, then I'll add it to the system. But if you add it into as for trade, it'll come up here, and you can click on this proposed trade button, and then you can go and click on whatever items you have available for trade. That should be showing the active item here. I got to fix that. But whatever item you have available for trade, you can select that item and tell them why you're interested, hit a button, and then propose the item trade. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just going to send that request out, and then you'll get a request on your side that says, this member has proposed a trade. He wants to trade his Jordans for your Funko Pop Marvel monster, right? And you will say, maybe. I don't know. It is just kind of, what size are you? That kind of thing. What I like about the system doing it this way, as opposed to making it a market system that functions in category setups, is that it doesn't matter what the item is. If you feel the gumption to say you would trade whatever that is for whatever that other thing is, you can go ahead and do it. Is there a feature that immediately filters down or hide financially incriminating information from stupid significant? No, you're screwed on this one, bro. No, we're putting the prices up on everything. Do not get her anywhere near this website.
Yeah.
She will immediately see the valuation someone else said.
Maybe you can register. You can register your wife, and if she comes in, it says there's a 90% less valuation.
Yeah, there's got to be like a wife toggle, you know.
Yeah, you know what? I'm writing things down. I think wife toggle is a hilarious term, and I don't know. You guys might have just come up with another one here.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, it bumps the value or the paid. It bumps the paid down by a factor of 10.
Yeah.
Oh shit, wife toggle. Boop. Everything zeroes out. Screen goes black. What are you looking at? Just porn, honey.
Yeah.
Nothing for you to see here. So I'll tell you what, there is one thing in this managed nest that might help. I don't know if it's going to hide, but it might help. One of the things, if you guys can see back, like you guys, I got a ton of stuff in here. And so the wife has asked me on more than one occasion, what is she supposed to do as I continue collecting? What is she supposed to do with all this shit if I croak? So we had to come up with what would happen. So if you click the 3 buttons, what you will notice is that you can see a set inheritance. And if you click the set inheritance button, you can actually add a beneficiary for those items. So when she comes up and sees your inventory, you'll be like, honey, I was just adding you to beneficiary for my items here. Anyway, this is on a dead man's switch, which if you activate the setup, you have to tell it how often you'll be back. So in increments of 1 week, 1 month, every 6 months, once a year, whatever. If you don't come back and say, hey, I'm still alive, the system's not going to care. And someone's going to get a very disconcerting email. So we warn you, if you use the feature, make sure you come back in whatever interval you specify. Or someone's going to show up with a pillowcase at your house and be like, hey, Trey left me the G.I. Joes labeled, whatever. So, and that's so I don't know if that helps with the wife situation, but you can always tell her you're leaving it to her.
My nephew is promised all the Batman stuff.
I think that's a very thoughtful feature. I mean, we're at that point in our lives where we are, adults, and we kind of think about things like that. And that would be a really cool way if somebody is nicely managing their collection for, a significant other to get, data on that collection to just give them an idea of what the hell they're looking at, right?
I agree. There's one other really cool and I think necessary object that you can pull out of the inventory once you got it loaded up. And that is, I ask people this all the time. Trey, what is the value of your collection?
No telling, because I don't have it all.
That's right. Don't even bother. There's no way the lie is going to match up to the truth.
Yeah.
All right. What is yours? What is your value? He might know. I have a feeling you have a list of what your collections are. Yes.
Me?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
No.
So the first thing is we've spent a bunch of time and energy that you're never going to get back in the finding and curation of our collection. Fine. That's for the joy of our lives. But each one of those items inherently does have a value assessed with it. Mm-hmm. What is the point I'm trying to make? If you're robbed, you'll be pissed off and you'll need to show insurance. If you have a fire or some other, God forbid, natural disaster, and that curated collection is now at the bottom of a pile, you will need to have shown that to your insurance company so that you can start to rebuild that collection, right, at some point or another. Now, you can come over here and click this button that says Export Collection, and you can export it out to any number of different things. And as you're doing that, you can filter this out, like I said. So it doesn't have to be for insurance sake. That's just one such option you can use it for. But let's just say you want to send somebody out for grading, for trading, for sale, whatever, and they want an entire list of those items, here you go. There's lots of different reasons that you want to do that, but you can export the entire collection out as your.
Absolutely. That's cool too. Yeah. I mean, that is a thing. We talked about other adulting portions of being a collector, having your stuff insured, having your stuff tracked is makes for a responsible collector. I do have a rider on my home insurance policy that I have my collection insured, so I'm good there. But having a better track of my action figures that are coming in and going out, much quicker than some of my larger items would be, invaluable for that sort of a thing too. So we do have a couple of really good questions coming in. Initial Goose is killing it with some questions here. He brought up a point in a couple of different questions that I think I'll try to summarize a little bit, but it's basically kind of around location awareness of maybe your mobile app on your phone and telling you that, oh, I'm looking for these things, and holy hell, somebody said there's one that I'm driving through this town. There's one nearby.
Okay, let me answer that. He is killing it with some great questions here, and there's answers for at least that one right now. So going to the dashboard here, remember this is called Collector Scout. So you're about to see the Scout function of this. All right, the idea here is you can create a hunt. You see here it says start a hunt. I can come over here and click this button and it says create a hunt. And how the system works, so you can read all this up here, but someone is actively searching for these items. So you're going to put a title in the system, some keywords, a category, manufacturer, name, type, all that, a max price that you're willing to pay for the item, a location preference, and the reason for that is this sets a pinpoint target from wherever you are. So it's going to set the radial point out for the targets on the Scout. The Scout may be 25 miles from this point out, so on and so forth. So that's how the Scout looks for things.
Can you vary that distance? Can I say I want it to search a 200-mile radius?
Yes.
Okay.
But it starts from your radial point, right? Okay. So you want the people to come out here. This is where I am, and then filter out. So the immediate search is the people who would be local to you. If you have a reference image or whatever, you can put it in here, and then you click Start the Active Hunt. Now you can see I've got one in here right now. I went and purchased that. I put the hunt in and then I purchased it anyway. What are you gonna do? I couldn't find the damn Silver Surfer, but I have it. I have it now. So that being said, if you come over back to the dashboard here, if you're a Scout in the system, you have access to the Scout Command Center. And here in the Scout Command Center, there's a bunch of different things. One, you could respond to this active hunt that was requested by me. This is the secondary aspect that we talked about, which is these are all the items that have been recently scouted by everybody all over the place. So my partners in Spain are scouting things right now. And if you click certain buttons, it will pop open a GPS location and take you to Spain. Get rowing. It's going to take you a minute. But the point being is you'll be able to locate. The idea here was like the interconnectivity of the collection community. And
but if you're an import collector and somebody's in Japan scouting things, then
that's what I'm talking about. That's exactly right. So you now have the functionality of connecting to a collector overseas for those purposes. Let's just say you're a comic collector and you want the same book, but you want it in Spanish, whatever. There's a lot of different reasons to have that level of connectivity. But in this system here, you can add it to your wish list. You can add an item you see here, like, oh, I really want that. Put it in your wish list. You can add it directly into your nest if it's already been purchased. You can click the button and go directly to the location for that item. You can hit the button that says, look what I scouted. And it'll literally pop open another link that you can post in Facebook or Instagram and show everybody there's an item here. So, for example, NC Underground Toy Swap. This would be a perfect example. I snap an item and I put it in the Toy Swap. Instead of saying, look what I found at Ross, it would take them to the damn Ross that has the item. And I don't have to ask the question anymore about where it is. I go. I just go.
Okay. So I got another question. And this is kind of coming from something that Initial Goose had said. If your app grows large enough here, and obviously that's the hope, have you thought about like dating or friend functionality where like your collection really closely matches this person's collection. You know, go talk to them. You have much in common.
I love having these
matchmaker.
I love it. I love these conversations with fellow geeks because this is what comes out of it. You know? we now have the collector's dating app, which is
hey,
I think there's
we
obviously
need all the help we can get.
I'm just saying this community not so much good with the whole romance. I will say that it would be an ideal situation for us to be able to find a significant partner in that.
Just making friends. Like, I mean, like, you have in common with somebody you can talk about GI Joes or Transformers or imports or whatever.
That's what that's about. So you can see what they're into, and you can click connect. And they don't have to connect to you. Right?
Swipe left, bitches.
That basically, you have a swipe left version of that in the system, which is decline. Like, yeah, I don't know what this is.
I met my wife on Tinder. I ain't afraid to say.
Hey, man, you get in where you fit in. That's how it works.
Oh, damn. All right. So, Tony, I have this feeling we could go on for ages and ages here. The amount of features that you've packed in here is honestly astounding. Like, man, you've got some work in here, and I think if you can pull it all together, you can build a cool user base that is really making use of it. This could be a fantastic tool, and I'm not just saying that because you're a guest on the show. Like, honestly, when I came into this, I always try to be a little bit skeptical, and like I said, I had done a little bit of contrasting and comparing. And man, I like what you've had to say about building this community within the Nibble app, and I really think that's key, though. I think more than anything else, it's a matter of getting people in here making use of these features, and therefore, if other people are making use of it, they become more valuable to people that are like, oh, I want to try that portion of it too. That's cool, and I think you've got some neat stuff here, man. I'm going to be eagerly watching this. My only critique really is getting a large collection in. That's some difficulty there. That seems like a bit of a hurdle, but you've already been thinking about it.
Well,
and if you can tie into other databases,
they'll come in for you and they'll scan all your stuff. I'm lying. That doesn't exist yet. I just made that up.
Get some big AI ToyRat come in and go, okay.
Done. We're done. And I'll make the noise in the background.
But with that being the case, and we do have some other stuff that I think Trey and I are both wanting to talk about a little bit outside of Nibble. Are there any other highlights you think we need to get out there for the community?
The only other thing I would say to you guys, I mean, other than it's free, please use it and try and break it as much as possible. Like I said, I'll be available to you if you have problems, or if you just want some help onboarding things or things not working for you. The only other thing to note that we haven't talked about tonight is we do have an entire section of the community that's dedicated to actually making things for you. So that isn't just a custom make. That's also in the toy repair avenue, right? So if you've got an older item, something that you collected or was gifted to you from, I don't know, say World War II, and there's pieces broken on it, those things can be scanned and pieces can be created as a replacement part. And we have sections of our company that are capable of doing that. And of course, if you have custom ideas, we can work with you. We have an entire project management process that actually helps the creator to make sure that they are pushing their project through at a pace that is projected and also communicating directly with the consumer who's asking for it. So that's a whole other conversation, but the whole Make a Toy segment in there is available for you guys to test and try out. And we invite creators to join. There is an application there. Just click the Make a Toy button and try that out. So
awesome, man. Awesome. Yeah. Well, that sounds really cool.
Tons of features, and I think there's nowhere to go but up for this.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, guys, and I do appreciate the time you're giving it tonight, and the hard look at the application.
Yeah, dude, we've thrown you lots of questions, and you've had, legit answers for all of them, which I really appreciate.
Yeah.
Even if it's, hey, we're still working on that. We've got better ideas. You've admitted a couple occasions like, oh, this might not be perfect yet, but we know it and we're working on it. And other times you've been like really surprising with some of the answers. Hey, yeah, not only do we have that, but we've got this thing that adds on to it and makes it cool. And it's been really fun to talk to you. I am excited to see where this app goes. So man, best of luck. Maybe we'll have to have you back on sometime here soon. Hey, we're fully in the swing of everything's working and things are up,
absolutely. I would love that. I would love to come back. I appreciate it, fellas.
Awesome, man. Well, with that being the case, buddy, I think we are going to say goodbye.
Peace.
And pop on over here and get into some other cool stuff. But again, thanks so much for coming out, Toy. I appreciate I read it. I read it on the screen.
First name Toy, last name Rat. Thank you very much. Enjoy your evening, buddy. Guys. I appreciate you both.
Thank you, Tony.
Man, thanks.
You got it.
Take it easy. Dude. That is a big app, man. Congratulations to him for getting that together. I mean, there are so many moving pieces and pulling that into one little location like that. I mean, I didn't say little location, but like one, cohesive app itself.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
When I said there's a ton of potential there, there's a ton of potential there. And I think he's working really hard to make that and build it out and grow it over time and bring things to fruition. So I think he's doing a good job with that so far. So interested to see how Nibble keeps growing. And like you said, we may have to have him back on the show to get an update on how things are going. So
yeah, absolutely. Crazy, dude. But I think we had a couple other things that I think you and I were both wanting to get to.
Yeah.
And we've got like both some new hotness and some take my money that are fairly related, right?
Yes.
You did a video.
I did a video. I did a review. You talk about the items and
okay. Well, let's do this first. Let's do.
Nice. Rip headphones users.
Hey, I turned that down.
I know.
That is nowhere near as loud as it was when I first started using that.
Let me pull this up and share the link for. Okay, we're good. I got it.
Where are we going?
I just shared the link for in the chat. So, the ToyRat.com.
Oh yeah. Cool.
Thank you, Goose. Appreciate you.
I'm gonna pop on over here.
Okay.
Because
the Vext Hobby Acid Rain Novarks Wave 1.
Oh, dude. These things are super cool.
Freaking buttery smooth. Go check the freaking review. And I talk about articulation. The only thing I say is it's buttery smooth. And it has an exoskeleton. And it's still no heat, no nothing. Take it out of the package. Move the joints around. Oh my God, these things are freaking cool, man.
So they are actually factory lubed. I popped mine apart a little bit. I was messing with something, and there actually is some very slight lubrication on the joints already.
Okay.
And they're maybe not perfect. There's a couple of things that I would like to see them improve.
Mm-hmm.
They do have some pins, but they are like tiny. I'm trying to see if I can get one to show. There we go. They do have pins. But man, they are cool figures. The other thing I would like to see them do is these two joints here are just pegs, and they will kind of wobble out if you do posing and stuff. I really think those should have been ball pegs where it just kind of snaps on.
Yeah. I can agree with that.
Yeah. I did need to kind of ream out the hole that this went into a little bit to get that to like fully seat. But I mean, I'm not complaining. I think it's a badass figure. I love the exoskeleton. I love the way everything moves on him.
And you can take the exoskeleton off. There's plugs for the holes. Like, there's just so much with these figures. The helmets come off. I think the heads are a little small with the balaclava on them, but they got a kick-ass helmet to put on them. I'm digging.
They've got the eyes are the graphics for the eyes are kind of interesting. It looks a little bit like there's very light sculpt, and then they just kind of printed the eyes over the top. I mean, there's a little bit of detail there, but I still think they look good, especially when you have them with like a clear helmet like this.
Yeah.
So these are some cool figures, man. And yeah, you did a cool video, and you got all sorts of neat. That pose you did where Skull Welder here
jumping over the barrier
was mounting the barrier was pretty slick, dude.
Thank you.
Hats off to you on that one.
That was fun, man. They were fun to pose. They were fun to take pictures of. I laid things out normally how it is on the battlefield, and I lined some things up, and I took some pictures, and I just had fun with it, man. They were fun figures to shoot, and it came easy with these. Excited to get them, threw them out there, took some pictures, put a video together, and I mean, I'll tell you, the hardest part about that whole video was editing the whole thing. So.
I think you did a good job, man. I think it's a cool video. You really showed off the figures kind of in action poses and stuff, and I think that's pretty slick, sweet, something like that. Okay, right. So I did want to. I know you've got some stuff that you wanted to talk about too, but real quick here, we've got a little take my money because. Of something very related kind of popped up out of nowhere.
Are you going to share it?
I'm going to share it. Yep.
Okay, cool. And you sent me this today, and I was like, oh my God, what? I had willed it into existence with my video. I was like, I can't wait for wave 2. You're not getting wave 2, you're getting wave 1.5. You're getting a skull wielder and a red and black. Red and black's some of the awesomest color schemes you can put something in. You're going to get the Proteus. I said it right this time. Proteus. Yep. You're going to get Proteus in another color scheme. They call it Escort L, and then Valorous. I mean, these are cool, man.
Maybe?
Valerius. There we go.
Yeah.
I'm bad with weird names.
That's all right.
But, I mean, the red and black color scheme's just cool. I mean, red and black color scheme.
So what's crazy about this is, okay, they're calling this wave 1.5, but they are making some upgrades already. They're putting drop down hips in these 2 new figures.
Okay.
That was not something that they had on the original figures. But I mean, that is a super quick turnaround of, oh, hey, let's do this thing. You're also getting a little bit of some soft goods thrown in here. You've got a scarf for the robot and a scarf for Valerius here, which is kind of interesting. I think that's kind of cool. Some neat new weapons, it looks like. Yeah, I'm absolutely in on these guys. These guys look killer.
I instantly went and pre-ordered them. If you go on BBTS, they're sold out. Like
wave 1.5 already?
No, the
wave
1. Wave 1 is sold out.
Yeah, they are not screwing around, man.
Hit fans or hit the Chosen Prime or hit BBTS. Get your pre-order in.
Yep.
Because I think these will get sold out too.
I think so. This was easy, super quick. Take my money.
Yeah.
Interestingly, they are also doing. Let me get this to come up here. The Fans Hobby. What did they call this? This dune buggy that Fans Hobby did for like G.I. Joe?
I don't remember, but I have it. It's over there.
Right.
I put stickers on it, and it's
so they're
really
doing
cool.
this for the Novark series.
Yeah.
It's got some different weapons on it, obviously a different paint scheme, and a whole bunch of decals that you can slather all over this thing.
I love decals.
Yeah, that looks like fun.
Yeah.
It's still not for me. This is not really my bag, but I'm hoping that we'll see some of the other Acid Rain world vehicles come out this way. because they've made some crazy stuff. But
I decided to pass on this because I had the green one already. Space is an issue. Big vehicles, lots of space. So right now, I'm passing on this one. But the figures were instant orders. If they had a little bit more variety with this vehicle versus what they had on the first one, I might pick it up. But I think it's cool though, man.
Yeah, dude, I'm stoked for these. I was really wondering, hey, how come we haven't seen Wave 2 get up for and poof, they drop Wave 1.5.
Yeah,
almost as soon as the main shipments have gone out from Chosen Prime.
I mean, if you watch the video, you see we did a little interview with the guy from the Chosen Prime at Joe Fest 2025. And, we were showing off like just non-painted test shots, I guess. And, here we are in December with figures in hand and a Wave 1.5. And they're the same figures. They're just different colors, but hopefully there'll be a Wave 2 coming out soon that they'll at least announce. And, I'm surprised at the length between the pre-order and the actual figures in hand. That's something that's impressed me.
Well, yeah, these are March of 26.
Yeah.
So like that is not freaking long, which I think is chef's kiss, the way to do it. I'm sure there's some risk on their part, but man, the other ones are already selling out. And going for a little bit more than retail on eBay already. So anyway, yeah. Did you have something else you were wanting to show, man?
Yeah.
You got some new hotness?
I got some new hotness.
Some other new hotness?
Some other new hotness. I'll show a couple of those.
Okay. Actually, while I'm here, why don't I do one more that I wanted to show?
Okay.
So there are a whole bunch of Marvel Legends that just went up for pre-order.
Mm-hmm.
But, oh my goodness, InArt is just trying to take every bit of my money that they can.
After last show, I went and pre-ordered a Catwoman. Catwoman is coming.
Oof, Catwoman looks fantastic.
It's coming, and now this, I might have to go pre-order that one.
So, okay, here's the only thing about this one is he's tall.
Right.
This is like a 7.5-inch tall figure. And I mean, you can either look at, hey, this is my giant Batman. This is Alan Ritchson as Batman or something. Or, I mean, he'll scale with, I guess, your McFarlane's, or, just play him as, he's a big Batman. I don't know how large the character was in the video game.
He's pretty hefty.
Yeah.
But he flew around and did all kinds of crazy stuff. So, yeah, I mean, it was a great
okay.
Loved it.
Well, I mean, yeah, he's very large, but I still, like, I see this and I go, that looks like a gorgeous action figure. Don't care what the size is. I want it.
Yeah.
And I will say that Bomb Busby has him for $72 before shipping and tax. So you're still probably going to come in, close to 100.
Yeah.
But dude, he looks so good.
Hey, that's cheaper than Mezco these days.
Oh, it is. Hell yeah. And I will say I've got the LPZZ version of an Arkham Batman. I think it's a little bit later version of the suit.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, I'm not one to buy the same character over and over, but I'm telling myself the suit's not exactly the same. It's cool. I can do that.
Yeah, you go.
So anyway, I did want to show those two off. Obviously, there's a bunch of Marvel Legends that have gone up and stuff, but
let's talk about that Shredder real quick. You got that?
Okay. I do not have that. You want to pull that one up?
I will see if I got to it real quick. So there it is. This. And here's the Shredder.
This is not an instant buy for me.
It is for me. I'm a turtle guy. I love turtles. I spent a lot of the day rearranging 4 turtle shelves over here, and I'm sold on this. And people,
well, they're going to do like a repaint,
probably
with like the purple, and I think I might wait for that.
You're gonna wait for the purple?
I think so.
Yeah, like the purple. I mean, yeah. I'm gonna jump in on this one. So,
okay.
I like pretty much this whole entire line so far. I passed on the '90s Mezco turtles, but this Shredder, I'm in.
Yeah.
So, he's got his sword. He's got this thing, and I can't remember what it's called, but he's got various different heads. Kind of got the old school Mirage head there. Yeah, I like it. I'm in.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about it. This was like, oh, I know it's coming. I dig the character. I just don't know. I think I would rather have the purple, or gray and purple one on my shelf. But
they're going to do it. I mean, they're going to. I mean,
yeah.
Just like the figure I'm about to talk about. They did a red version. Now they did a blue version of Nightwing. They're going to do a purple version of this. So,
all right. What else you got?
Just regular Spotlight.
Okay, we can do that.
As I talk about Nightwing, here he is, Mezco Nightwing. Been waiting on this for a hot minute.
You have been. You've been loudly waiting on this.
Where's my nag Nightwing at? And finally he's here. I am happy with it. One of the head sculpts I was like, but for the most part, I just hope, there's a lot of people talking about this suit and that is it going to crack and is there going to be problems with it? I hope not. Put it in the display. Happy to have Nightwing. Now I want a Batgirl and an Alfred and round Huntress, round out spoiler, round out my Bat family, round them out. I got Red Hood just not too long ago. I'm happy with that. Got a Damian Wayne.
I would buy
Tim Drake. I would buy a Huntress. Yeah. I'd buy an Asbat, man. I would.
Oh yeah, Azrael. Yeah,
yeah, Azrael. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Definitely. And do whatever color. I'm gonna get the original, Nightfall version, but still.
Yeah.
Yeah. So happy he's
how
here.
Have they not done an Azrael? Now I'm like, geez,
So I'm happy to have him. There's gonna be a photo shoot with Nightwing very soon. But I also got this chick, this Gold Hilder chick.
Oh,
that I was not excited about until I got her in hand, and I was like,
dude, she's good.
She's pretty good.
Yeah. I still, the skin tone is a little bit dark.
Yeah, skin tone's a little dark, but
too good. She's pretty badass.
She's a badass figure.
I like how her facial sculpt is she's just pissed. She's got resting bitch face.
Yeah, she's got RBF for sure. She's got RBF I'm just going to have to kill you. And then, just looking over my shoulder, you can see the Triptychon right there. That was a trade. Somebody found it at Ross. I needed one. I had a G.I. Joe Snake Armor, and we traded one for one, which was a perfect trade because that's about the value for value. I already have a Snake Armor opened. I didn't need the second one. It was taking up a lot of space. So made the trade, and I got more space to deal with because that Triptychon is freaking huge.
Oh, yeah.
And if you can't see this, it's not been opened yet. My child is here.
Ooh.
My child is
Mithras
here.
Maximus.
Yes.
I always liked Metroplex more.
I want a Metroplex, dude.
Yeah.
So watching some Transformers videos, which I've been doing a lot lately, Metroplex has been talked about quite a bit, and I think there's a reissue Metroplex coming. If not in 2026, I think in 2027. So I'll be willing to wait for that.
Yeah.
Maybe a new mold. There's some people talking about a new Metroplex, but
I want that divorce class Metroplex.
Oh God, dude, that's crazy. So two other figures I'm going to talk about. There's more, but I'm going to talk about these two. So this little dude was pricey.
Really?
Studio Series Rumble.
Okay.
No, not cheap. Not cheap, but I paid up for him. I don't care.
You mean on the secondary market?
Well, it was an eBay purchase, but yeah. This dude's cool. He turns into two bots. I think it's Overlord. Yeah, Overlord. I got him at Hidden Temple Toys. But dude, it was cool because I went to Hidden Temple and I just sat there and I pulled this figure. I got him to get it out of the case, and I sat there at one of the tables watching a video and like trying to transform it and make sure everything was there and everything was good, and I was missing a piece. So me and Ryan went in the back. We're looking at transformers. I helped him put together like 4 other transformers, and yeah, it's cool. Those are cool. Yeah, go check out the video if you hadn't checked it out already. Leave a comment. Let us know what you think about the cool Fex Hobby Acid Rain Novart figures.
You know, one thing that you didn't mention that my wife caught like instantly is, well, it's hard to see there. I'm gonna put it up on my screen. Okay. Can you see what it says on his transparent shield?
P1?
No. P4.
What?
Yeah.
Nah, bruh.
Yeah, brah.
No, look. Mine says P1.
I know.
So why the fuck does yours say P4?
Each Proteus comes with a random P1 to P6 imprint.
Shit. I just thought because it was P1, it was Proteus 1. And even in my review, I said P1 and I put the little comment that said Proteus 1 ?
Yep.
So
yep.
I didn't even think about that. He is
and like he's got it on his shoulders too.
Mine's P1.
Yep, mine's P4 all the way around.
Fuck, I'm gonna go order another one.
That's pretty wild, right?
Yeah.
Now, I got 2
Where
sets.
am I gonna order another one?
I got 2 sets and I got a 1 and a 4. And I opened the 4 and I wanted the 4 because he's like number 4.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Damn it, man. We didn't even know that.
Initial
you might be the first
goodbye
person.
Monies.
Yeah, goodbye monies, exactly. Oh. If it's anything like trying to get the bloody Pandora, God.
Oh, good luck with that. Yeah.
That's hard.
All right. You have anything else you want to show off?
No, I'm good for right now.
Okay. I got one more thing that I'm going to show off here real quick. I didn't thought about it.
Ooh. Yeah, I say that, and I got one thing.
Yes. I got my Hugh Jackman Wolverine.
Hugh Jackman Wolverine. That's cool.
From this is the hot toy from Deadpool and Wolverine.
So does he have the sleeved and the unsleeved arms?
Yes, he does, and they are seamless.
Oh.
So this has an endoskeleton, and they're squishy. They're just slightly squishy. Yep.
I'm unsleeved all the way for
me
Wolverine.
Too. Oh, absolutely. That is what went right on there. And actually, these aren't correct, I don't think, for that costume. But these go on in multiple positions magnetically on his shoulder.
Ooh, that's cool.
So I think that there's like magnets in here. I think these are the magnets, and there's a metal endoskeleton, so it sits on any way you want it to.
That's cool.
And I like this look. I like it with the shoulder pads and the bare arms.
Mm-hmm.
He did come with an overlay, like a chest overlay with battle damage.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously he's got a masked head, and he's got moving eyeballs and stuff, but it's a nice
one of the best parts of the movie. He just pulls the mask over, like.
Yep. So I was excited to get him in. I do like this costume quite a bit. The movie's not my favorite. I like it, but I still think the first Deadpool is the best by far. But there were some awesome scenes in there, and yeah. So anyway, I wanted to show that one off.
Awesome.
Did you pull something else out?
I did.
The Never-Ending Show.
I got an Action Edition Optimus Prime Blocky, and I got the Megatron because I put together the Soundwave, and it's freaking amazing.
Yeah.
So Action Edition, I might be in. Like, gonna get those.
Okay. Look at you building stuff.
Yeah, man, it was fun. It was fun. I watched YouTube and other creators, and I think I was watching Figure Fight Club and put together a Blocky thing. So.
All right, cool. Well, dude, I'm spent.
Yeah.
I'm spent. Initial Goose Creation is asking about your Action Editions.
They're larger. They're larger, so they're larger than normal. I would say. So what can I compare him to? Let's compare him to this Proteus one.
Okay.
But
so they're about like maybe 8 inches.
Yeah. So he's a little bit bigger and he's a little bit chunkier. But the cool thing is there's a magnet that lights his eyes up and it talks. It talks. you put the magnet to the thing and he's like, Soundwave, Decepticon superior, Autobots inferior. Like, I mean, and dude, just in general, like Ravage. Look, Ravage is freaking epic.
Yeah.
And you snap all that together, and then this Rumble, dude. Like, where's my frenzy at? I got this Rumble, and
Rumble is the blue one.
Rumble is blue. Frenzy is red.
Yes.
Rib fear. There's an acronym for that.
Okay. All right. Well, dude, I think we're well past our normal time.
Yeah.
This was a fun one. And man, Tony can talk, and Tony has a lot of energy. And as far as selling it, dude, he killed it.
Oh yeah,
he
it would definitely have to have him back on the show to figure out what's new with Nibble. What's new with Nibble? The next time he comes on, what's new with Nibble?
Well, with that, I think we're calling it.
Peace.
Peace.
Yeah, we were on a mission, got my crew at my side. Scouring the shells, we're down for the ride. Plastic warriors all lined up tight. From the comic shop counters to the late night site. It's the thrill of the hunt, gotta make it mine. I'm out here searching